Boxing Nation, and we back at it with another banger video. Today we're going to be talking about what's going on in the boxing world between Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, after the fight between Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera last night, Frank Martin took to the news and called out Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, basically everyone in the 135 division. Shakur Stevenson answered back, and he let him know, I'll be happy to fight you. Boy, he said that he's a good fighter. Don't get him wrong, but he knows that he got it, and he knows that he can win. So if you guys want to see this fight between Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin, I want you guys to comment either Shakur Stevenson or Frank Martin below right now. This fight will be nothing short of amazing. I feel like, in my opinion, I think that Shakur Stevenson will be just a little bit too great, and it's a little bit too early in Frank Martin's career for him to bite off someone like Shakur Stevenson, who's an Olympian, and all of these type of champions that Shakur Stevenson is. I appreciate Frank Martin's. I like Frank Martin's performance last night. I think that he did an outstanding job. I think that he was ready for anything that Michelle throw, and he countered everything perfectly with precision. So I do give a lot of credit to Frank Martin for his performance. However, I feel like trying to pick off someone like Shakur Stevenson this early is gonna get him stopped. But everyone's entitled to entitled to feel how they want to feel. Like I said, either one. Let me know who you guys got in the fight. If they make it next between Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin. If you got Shakur Stevenson, let me know in what round and why. And if you have Frank Martin, let me know in what round and why. These fighters are both amazing. They both come, and their conditioning is top notch. All these Texas boys, they always have this swagger about themselves when they fight, and it's like they're so fundamentally sound. And most of the fighters that come from under Derek James he's just an amazing trainer. He's an amazing trainer. He's two-time trainer of the year. He has Charlo. He has Frank Martin. He has Errol Spence. He has a lot of great fighters out of Texas right now. So I take my hat off to Frank Martin for calling out all of these guys. I want to know who you guys think is going to win this fight coming up between Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin. I even would like to see Shakur Stevenson versus, not Shakur Stevenson. I would like to see Frank Martin versus someone like Keshawn Davis. For him to go straight to Gervonta Davis, to all these big names that he called out after his fight, I feel like that was just a little bit big-headed, and I hope that he's ready for these fights now that he's, spoken his truth and said how he feels. Just like everyone's saying, everyone knows that he is a complete different fighter. Frank Martin is a completely different fighter than he was 2 fights ago when he fought Duno. So I do give credit to him. He is getting better. He is getting stronger. He is becoming his timing is becoming better. But it's a completely different animal when you want to go in there and fight someone like Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson he's completely locked in. Shakur Stevenson has some of the best punch. He puts together some of the best combos in the 135 division. There's a reason why he's the most avoided fighter. His defense is top notch. His punching power. You guys can kind of see it for yourself. He has 19 wins, and I can't remember the KOs right now. So Shakur Stevenson is he is the most avoided fighter in the 135 division, aside from Devin the Dream Haney. I do take my hat off to most of these fighters for even attempting and saying that they're ready, because I do feel like Frank Martin, like I said, I think that he will put up a good test, but ultimately I feel like Shakur Stevenson will win that fight between them two. I want to see more of these fights, man. I'm glad that 2023 we're getting to see all these bigger fights happen. Stylistically, man, all of these fights, like everyone who that's putting up against each other, they actually they're actually beginning to match up pretty nicely. I didn't think Michelle Rivera did what he had to do last night, only because he kept on moving to the right, and he should have been moving to the left the entire night. Michelle Rivera was looking for one shot to knock Frank Martin out. Frank Martin came prepared, completely conditioned for 12 rounds or more. That's what he could have went, 12 rounds or more, and he was ready for the fight. So I just think that Michelle Rivera should not have took this fight so lightly. But back to Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin, I do think that this fight will be an amazing, amazing fight. I don't know who, I can't even tell you who I have. I keep saying I have Shakur Stevenson, but we honestly don't know until they get in the ring. We do know that Frank Martin has sparred with Gervonta Tank Davis. He has not gotten the opportunity to spar with someone who like Shakur Stevenson. So I have not seen what Frank Martin can do on that level. But everyone keeps saying that they think that he looked like a vet last night, and they think that Frank Martin was, you know, the hottest thing since sliced bread. So I just want them to keep that same energy when Shakur Stevenson and him fight. I do pray that Frank Martin continue to climb the ranks the way he's doing. He's looking tremendous. Take my hat off to Derrick James and all of his training camp. I want to know, who do you guys want to see fight next? I like this fight between Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson, or Frank Martin and Keshawn Davis. So let me know who you guys think will win these fights and why. But yeah, man, until next time, it's Boxing Nation, and we signing out.